guys, welcome to Thembi's Take. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. I hope you stay. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So as you guys can see, I'm not in my house today. I'm not in my lounge. I'm not in my bedroom. I'm at the beautiful Side Cat Palms here in Block 8 in Gaborone. Big thank you to my brand partners, House of BNG, courtesy of Drinks Direct, that made all of this happen today, and there's so much more to come from them. So please stay tuned. But today, the episode is all about my dear friend, Mothusi Lesolle, who is a fashion designer. He's also a philanthropist. He's also on radio. He's a man of many hats, many talents. And today we're gonna sit down with him and have a little spicy conversation about not only his career, but his life as well. We're gonna find out all those things that I'm sure a lot of you wanna know about Mothusi today. So we're gonna have some food, some drinks, of course, and we're gonna make a Mexican 75, which is a cocktail with none other than House of BNG. So let's go meet Mothusi. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
Finally, welcome to Thembi's Take.
Welcome
to Spicy Sundowners.
To ice.
To what?
To the ice.
To the eyes, yes.
Yeah,
Because
well.
we need it. Yes. So,
Yes.
the whole point of today's episode is for people to get to know you. You know, I think a lot of people
To
know.
get it straight, who think that because something they know me when they know my work.
Yes. So for people to get to know you, besides the character that you are, I've been very lucky and fortunate to know the you, all of this intensity, and then the other side of you that I think most people would actually be very surprised
Yeah.
to know about. So let's start with your career. I think I don't think a lot of people know actually how you got started in fashion design.
Yeah, you know, it's so interesting. I think I never wanted fashion, to be honest with you. I loved fashion, but I never wanted it as a job because I think of the way that it's been portrayed in the country, where you think it's not a serious career or you can't make billions out of it. So it was really more about that. Had I been in the position that I'm in today, where I know that in the near future I will be not just a household name, but my bank account will be no, absolutely, and not just me. I think anybody who is in the space now, if they don't see that what they got into, I think it's a pathway leading to them to becoming such live comfortably. So I could have started. I started fashion long time ago, and I'll tell you something so interesting. When we were kids, my mother, your trucks, my dear.
We are
My mom used to we literally used to arrive at birthday parties and we would be the best dressed.
Yes.
So if anybody deserved to be a fashion designer or that a family that deserved to be in the business of fashion, I think it was my family. Yeah. And then I just remember as well, when I was in school, before I even did this, like people would say, we have leave us school, we have prom, or we have this, can you tell us what to wear? And this is as young as maybe 14, 15 years. And for me it was just, I was drawing, such that when I told my mother at one point, I had been in the corporate world because my background is political science. I had been and I worked for Insure. Said what?
Said when I make go on.
And I had been in the corporate world, having my comfortable job. But I felt I was taking somebody else's space who I felt would appreciate that more than I did.
Yeah.
And I think my walls were also not matching because, I'd go to work Monday to Friday, and then the next, in the following week, I'm in the papers. And, whereas my boss or my senior executive members would be in the papers for
the corporate side
of things. And then you turn to the next page and there I am sitting down, just saying what's up, life is nice.
Yes.
So those it's just, my life was just mismatching.
Yes.
And I knew that it was just not going to work.
For sure.
But what I was going to do, I just didn't know. And then when I left, I almost at the company I worked for. My former employer, I was immediately approached by, before I left, I was approached by a magazine where I was then asked to be a marketer, but I volunteered my services to be a fashion editor. And I said, you don't even have to pay me. And that's where I actually built a lot of rapport, or I knew then who to turn to for certain things in terms of fashion. Yes. I worked with a lot of stylists. I was a stylist then, but I worked a lot with a lot of designers, hair people, makeup,
Yeah.
So I was surrounded by this world. Little did I know that it was actually in preparation for my future.
That it was going to be your world.
Absolutely.
How difficult was it to make the decision to leave?
I think it wasn't difficult for me because
Really?
first of all, no, that for me, I think you find things difficult when you are fearing the unknown.
Yes.
Where you sit down and think what's going to become of the decisions that I'm making. But in any way, in any decisions that I make, I never ever accommodate or believe that there could be a possibility of failure. So I didn't even think anything, but I just knew that it was going to be such a successful journey.
Yeah. But I am sure, I mean, you're a human being, mister. I'm sure at a lot of points you probably thought, "Phew, should I really have made
I
this
think a
decision?"
lot of people felt that way.
Before you go on, I forgot to introduce this food because I know you're about to topple over drinking that without having eaten. So because it's Spicy Sundowners, I made my, you love my tacos. As if they're not. My friend.
I love them so much, my
You
friend.
know.
I was just...
Yes.
I was
So
doing this
let's
too.
just enjoy and eat at the same time. Yes. So you were saying some of your friends.
Yeah, I remember that she was the one.
Thembi.
Yeah, she was saying. She was the one that said to me. She was like, "Oh my!" They used to talk on the side and say, "And what is Mothusi doing?" When I say to you, I never ever feared. I mean that. I never even cared or bothered. That felt that I was making a wrong mistake. Because also I had such a great support system. When your family says go ahead, then what worries you?
Yeah. So I'll let you finish chewing, but in your career, what would you say is your career highlight? What is the one thing that you felt when you experienced it, you knew that this is why I made this decision?
Wow.
I feel like I know the answer, but I'll let you.
You tell me. What do you?
So I would say probably when you showcased at Buckingham Palace.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah. It was such a great moment. But I walked out. I was going through. I walked out of Buckingham Palace not understanding who I was as an artist.
Really?
For so many years, and people used to say I would achieve. I'd be on CNN. I'd be on Vogue. I'd be on this. But I felt nothing.
Really?
Because I knew I needed to do something or establish a certain product for me to. I needed to find myself. That's the right word. And I walked in and out not having understood who I was as a person.
Wow.
And I can tell you for now that there's so many designers or artists out there who have worked for so many years, but they still haven't discovered who they really are as an artist. But at the space that I'm in today, I'm unshakable. Like I'm at a space where I'm not intimidated by another designer's beautiful dress because it's not in my space. I'm able to compliment.
We are entirely in Zola.
My motorcade, my girl, because I told them.
To pick you up.
We're
running late.
Yes, we're running late. So I'm at a space of my career where I can compliment you because I genuinely don't believe that your work speaks to me.
Yes.
So those are so I can say the defining moment for me, I think working with TBS when I did Shiny Night Awards, when I was doing one, I had worked with TBS for such a long time. I had been backstage doing styling, I had been doing this, I had done so many things, but when I then became an adjudicator, no, I'm lying, that one was great as well. But when I celebrated 45 years of Diamonds Discovered in Botswana with them, it felt so great because for me, a diamond has changed a million lives in Botswana. And to be recognized in that regard at home, I think it speaks in your own country, it speaks volumes because you can always, look back and say, I did this and this for my country. Yeah.
So having said that, what do you, I mean, I know you and I know that you're so multifaceted and you're so multi-layered. Do you feel that your purpose in life is in any way, shape or form actually tied in to your career in terms of fashion?
Absolutely, and I think it's because one would think it depends on how you look at fashion. One would think fashion is about just opulence and just nothing more to it.
Couture.
Yeah. Couture. I was even confused. I thought it's a word, my friend. I don't know.
Yeah. That American education did nothing.
Somebody would think that if you think of fashion in that regard, then you might not think it's intertwined or it's carrying my purpose. But what I do or how I view fashion, and this is why I say to you, when after I found myself, I'm working on a project or something called transformational fashion in which part of it is that there's so many raw indigenous products that are not commercialized, or sometimes you have people coming in with the know-how that they see these things and they carry them outside, and we are always left bitter because we feel like people are stealing from us, and it's a free market, anybody can do that. But also, if we're going to be complaining, what are we doing about it? So part of the transformational fashion process is that we've got let's commercialize all these indigenous products. We may have natural dyes made from cow dung. Why not package it? Why not see how we can process that, package it, and be able to send it outside? Because now we're all the things that we're talking about is things like sustainable fashion, where we're saying let's use products that are not harmful to the environment. So I'm trying to provide solutions to such things. So in terms of my purpose is people. I want to make changes in people's lives, and I know that in every community that I will work with, I would like to impart ethical practices of fashion where they can be able to, if we're going to be finding the dye made from cow dung in Mawung, I would like the production to happen in Mawung, such that it can be beneficial to the community of Mawung. So boom,
you have undergone so many changes in 2020, and I know this is such a funny question because I feel like everybody who does an interview asks the same question, but I have to
go ahead. I answer it differently.
How did 2020 change you?
Hold on, let me tell you. So 2020,
you were eating like you do not eat at
no, alcohol. 2020, let me tell you something so interesting, my friend. I keep saying that I believe it pushed, for me, it validated everything that I had been saying that needs to be put in practice in terms of Botswana and its practices and its business ethics. We need to embrace so many things. The digital world, the this and that. We've taken for granted such things, and it validated, because there was a time my sister Philo had a baby, and the shops were closed, and I was sitting down thinking, if you were right now running an online store, you would know that it's easy to just press and it would be delivered to somebody's doorstep. It also has taught us that to be, not just interdependent, to be to be within, be able to sit because there's nothing really that is coming from just us. It's there, but we're not doing anything on it. People come in, take it, and go and process it in their countries.
1,000,000%.
So it needs, this for me was a validation of everything that I've ever spoken. So even I, who was comfortable in delaying the processes, I think it was great in the sense that now I know to be fast about it, because my girl,
time is money now.
time is money. Some Annie, some Soswani will come and take those things, and you'll think you were saying it, but you didn't do anything about it. And you become so angry.
For sure, for sure. So enough about your career. So tell us about your personal life. I know 2020, like I said, was, changed everybody. I think everybody went through some type of, they're forced to look themselves in the mirror. So were you looking at yourself in the mirror during 2020, or yourself and somebody else standing next to you?
Or next to me. I was staring at Tinder, my friend, like this. My eyes.
Tinder really
I had the best
COVID
2020 time through Tinder. Like and I think Tinder gave me it's interesting that you can find the greatest education about yourself through something that you never thought you would get it from. I mean, you would expect that you learn about relationships from an individual you date or individuals, and then you get to this platform where you just didn't even think it could teach you anything. But I, my friend, learned how much respect I deserve, how much love is out there waiting for me, because I met my kind, my kind. I met such interesting characters through it, and it took me back to say, don't ever compromise.
That guy, where are they now?
It's fine. Maybe they were just in my path to
they were just
set my way of thinking or my way of looking at things, or just reaffirming that I don't need to be worried, that you deserve to get the greatest people in your life.
No, for sure. Do you feel that there's any, I mean, look, before I even moved here, I think I knew you and your crew of friends via the late great ijumela.com. You guys were all over there.
We were the cool kids.
We used to think it was a soap opera. We actually didn't think you guys were real because of all the things that we would read. We'd be like, oh my God, this girl, this guy. And then I met you. And so obviously, do you feel that there's any sort of pressure on you to be a certain personality?
No. That's the one thing that, I keep. The other day I actually posted, I typed something because my Facebook is like a fiesta. I was about to post and say the one thing, in life, if you ever think that you could win me by putting me down, or you think that your demise, my demise, what you think is my demise is actually never. Yeah. Because I'm the one person I will never suffer in life, because I'm the one person who will walk out from having had dinner with the royal family. Yes, babes. I can't keep a reality. Somebody else's dream. So it's I'm not ashamed to be able to go. If I had to take the decision to go and work in a restaurant and do work, I will do it, and I will make it the best work ever. Yeah. So there's nothing that can take me down. Yeah. So there's no pressure in my life. Yeah. I don't feel. From the fact that I've been exposed, I think traveling has exposed me to realize that life is not just the things that we believe they are. It is the things that we believe are life in Botswana. Yes. Traveling has opened my mind. I've seen better. I've seen that a car is not a sign of anything. I've seen that, there's so many, my priorities are totally different. I can decide to have the most minimalistic life, but choose to travel to see the world, because I think there's a wealth of wisdom in travel. Yeah, no, for sure. But speaking of I feel like you answered that so well, right? So like you were trained by Barbara Walters herself, and that was not the answer I wanted. But I will go back, circle back, baby. Reverse your time.
One more time.
Absolutely.
So do you genuinely feel that the person that you were and the person that, the image obviously that you had portrayed, for lack of a better word, all these years, do you not feel sometimes like it's not that it makes things difficult for you, but it does have maybe not the best effect in terms of you maybe finding a relationship, finding a partner, certain things like that?
Yeah.
More like things.
Absolutely.
Now.
I think in this ground only. In this ground only. That is why I said Tinder, shockingly, then showed me so much. I'm nothing in the world. I'm just Mothusi, who is a minute in a big pond, you know. And in this country, somebody can be afraid to date me because they think that I am out there, I am too much, I am, whatever way, but there's no room, my belief is that there's no room for you in my space if at all you sit down and think that way about anyone.
For sure.
Because it's sometimes you can do right by you, and then it's gonna go back to your friends. Yeah. Your friends are like this.
Too much, yeah.
They wear 24-inch hair. They're like this. So there's always, if you have a complex, it's got nothing to do with me, and I will never reduce myself to accommodate for you. Yeah. Because it's going to be something else. At one point, it's going to be my career. Yeah. It's going to be, so I've accepted who I am, and I think I've also accepted that I cannot change it. Yeah. For Tsoswane.
1 million people. So we had to get lights because we can talk forever. So we had to get some lighting. That's why everything looks different. Yeah. We need some more bubbles. Yes. While you're pouring, I was asking you before we had to get our setup together. Yeah. Are you dating at the moment? Tobetsa 1 for yes. Tobetsa 2 for no.
No, babes. I'm not dating.
Thank you. That's enough.
It's fine. I'm not dating. My God. I'm not dating. I'm not dating. You would know.
Yeah, I would know, but I had to ask for the people.
For
you
the
know
people,
what I'm saying?
I'm not dating. I never said I'm not having fun.
Yes, but you're just not dating. Do you? Okay, so I think you answered this question, but I'm going to ask it again in a different way. So, because I think all of us in our social circle, well, those of us who are still single,
available,
and who have not went the way of marriage and whatever. We are all in the same boat where we are kind of finding it I don't want to say difficult, but it's difficult as in it's not as easy to find a suitable match more lifing, more Gabroni. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think, you know, a lot of people are dating, a lot of people are in relationships, and a lot of people are also not finding compatibility.
Yes, that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, we are not finding and you know, I am a lover. I know love, and this is why I cannot compromise on it.
Amen. Hallelujah.
I've been actually in a relationship before. I've been in a 10-year relationship.
I know, and it was the most confusing.
For yourself, my girl. I mean, it was so great. It was so great. I've been in a 10-year relationship.
No, I'm saying it's confusing because I really struggle, not in a bad way, but I really struggle to see you in a relationship. Like, I feel like we weren't that close when you were in a relationship, and thank God, because I don't know if I would have been able to deal with not having you as my person.
My friend, I become stupid in love.
That is exactly
like, I don't want to bath. I just want to eat, drink, love, and do nothing.
Do you think if you had a partner right now, your career would be where it is?
The same partner?
No, let's forget about that person. Let's
now it's different. I think if I was to have a partner, now I'm looking for, I think the type of partner that I want to have is somebody within the industry. I cannot.
So another, not designer as such, but another personality.
Yeah, you know why? Because I think there's no, we are all comfortable to understand. We have our own language. We have, and I'm not saying just somebody a personality, but I feel like somebody who's been exposed to the world, who's not intimidated.
For sure.
Yeah. Now somebody who's supportive of my dreams. Nobody who wants me to babysit them, and somebody who's my cheerleader. I think that's who I'm looking for. Somebody who I'll also cheerlead for the achievements. And I've tried, for a non zing, I'm too much for them, and I'm not about to compromise for them because I feel like they are also boring.
For sure. And I mean, for me, it obviously frustrates me, but like, why is that a challenge to find someone who can meet your fly and who is not going to be intimidated by
It's socialization. It's the way people have been brought up here.
Yeah.
I think people are intimidated to even just say I love you openly in front of their children. People are, Botswana are afraid to show affection. Like, especially, when you look at, our oldest. I grew up, I've never seen any, my parents holding hands. But I mean, there are some parents I know that I've seen do that, but it's very one out of a few that are able to express their affection, who are able to say I love my husband or I love my thing. So it's socialization. It's just the way, the culture in itself. But again, there's a way that I'm also not trying to say I want a relationship where I can be displaying PDA, but there's a way of expressing love in silence, and I've seen where people can sit across.
I
want that. I want to be silent and with my partner, and I feel like we're saying I love you without saying it.
When a man, let's go make those cocktails. Yes. So it's time for cocktails, guys, because from here we need to go hunt for that. So we are making a Mexican 75. So, guys, I didn't even get this recipe properly. So this is going to be just a maraja cocktail. So while we're making this cocktail, tell me, my friend, what's the one most regrettable thing that you've ever done whilst under the influence? Tell us now.
Yeah. I've slept with some people on Kutwa.
More than one at a time?
No, not more than one at a time, but I'm just saying some alcohol has given me confidence to just say yes.
Okay, that's it? I feel like I've made way more regrettable decisions.
No, babes, I've been in police. I've literally begged police to arrest me. Let me help you.
I'm a strong, independent black woman.
Okay, my girl.
So we're making a Mexican.
What if it doesn't open?
No, it just opened. We washed it, we sanitized it because it's COVID times. So we're making you have to show us right now that you are a man. Now is the time. A Mexican 75. Oh. There you go. Pull it. A Mexican 75.
Friend.
Just to,
yes. What did I do?
A Mexican 75 is it is a play on the French 75, which is very famous champagne cocktail. So it's a mixture of sparkling wine or champagne, tequila, which we have here. We have some Omega. We won't say where it's from because it wasn't from Drinks Direct. We have lime juice. We have, well, we're supposed to have agave nectar or agave syrup, but we are in the third world, so we're gonna use maple syrup. So, if I can remember correctly, give me this. I have your dirty hands.
You put hands.
Wait, we put 4 ounces of tequila, which I don't know how to measure, so I'm just gonna use this.
So it's what, double?
I mean, when in Rome.
Yeah,
it's a double shot. Shout out to whoever gave me this for my wedding that I kept. I feel like we need another one. It's just, you think one double is enough?
No, put my friend.
It's for both of us.
Yes.
So here's a double. What are you saying about this cocktail maker? Isn't it so sexy?
It's
okay,
nice,
so are you a drunk texter? Like when you drink, do you
Not anymore.
drunk text?
I think I've outgrown this thing. And when I drink, I just then pass out.
So what's the one thing you pass out? You do. He falls asleep like
Sometimes I get tired. I work hard, guys. I get so
Is
tired
that an
sometimes.
excuse, Nana?
What? I just realized I've been wearing this inside out. But like, what's my role? Can I not dig in this thing with this?
I'll let you shake it like a Polaroid picture, my dear. Is that okay?
Yeah.
This is my show. My
Can I
show.
put more
Nana.
ice for you?
Yes, do
I
that.
think do this, right?
Make yourself.
I thought that too.
Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now cover
We
it.
can do more. And then I shake.
You're gonna shake it. Give it some.
When is this coming in?
The tequila.
This syrup.
Open it.
I knew it. She forgot it.
Okay, so we're supposed to put 2 teaspoons of this. First of all, this is the ghettoest Mexican 75 on earth. First of all, this maple syrup has been in my home since the 99s. And the 2000s.
Okay. I shake.
Yes. Shake it. You're shaking it like a person who has
What
just
does
come
this?
from
What is
Peru.
it? Are you a shaker like? Or you're like?
I don't know. Honestly, that's not even relevant. I should be asking you. You're supposed to shake it like this and then flip it.
Matata.
Okay, now open it.
Okay.
Then we strain it. Take all your iPhone 4s and move them here. Please, can I move them for you? In reality, you should probably use a clean glass, but here we are. Can I do one thing? Because this is, at the end of the day, my show.
Okay,
so, okay, do it like.
What's Shania trying? Should I pour it?
Pour it, yes. Please be gentle. My friend, pour it into the glass, Nana. This is such a mess. Sorry, Cat Palms.
Guys, dude, honestly, is that's what I feel like we should have just poured everything in there.
No, because we don't want the ice in there, isn't it?
Really? I don't mind the ice in my
But this is, we're making a Mexican 75, not a Mahalapa 75. Would you ever date a non-drinker?
Yes. If the account was great.
I'd highly recommend it. Okay,
me, I get
then we mix with the BNG. We're using the Brute. This is going to send us fighting our ancestors. Sorry.
Machete. It's so nice and cold.
It's freezing, hey?
Yeah.
Well, let's give it a taste.
I want some more.
Okay, that's also fine. Let's try. Let's
try
try. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Yeah.
It's nice. I'll be flat on my face in 5 seconds. Well, herein.
This is so nice. I like it. No, it is nice. It's refreshing, but you can tell it's going to kick.
It is, and it is a perfect celebratory drink. It was probably difficult for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
We made it to the end. We've grown. You have accomplished so much. Your business has changed so much, and you're about to step into an amazing season, and I'm so excited for you. I cannot wait. I really honestly can't wait. And also for me, I have a whole production company shooting my show.
I'm telling you.
And having said that, I want to thank Drinks Direct and House of BNG for being the truth serum for today's episode. I want to thank my wonderful guest, my love, Mothusi, and of course, Cat Palms for the beautiful venue that we have just messed up today in so many ways. Thanks, guys, and I can't wait for the next episode of Thembi's Take in conjunction with House of BNG and Drinks Direct Botswana. Cheers, sweetie.